The UPSC CSE arena is an ever-evolving space where staying up to date becomes as crucial as maintaining a thorough preparation. With strategic planning and holistic coverage for exam syllabus, Vision IS Delhi presents GS Foundation course. Avail analysis and integration of current affairs with GS syllabus. All India test series with an innovative assessment system, inculcating post-test analysis, discussion, all India ranking, and more. Explore the holistic learning modules intrinsically designed for the ideal aspirant. The vast syllabus of General Studies for the UPSC Prelims overwhelm you to initiate your preparation for the Civil Services examination? Is your apprehension and self-doubt coming in the way of your success in joining the Civil Services? Comprehend your preparation for UPSC Prelims 2025 with the fast-track course targeting General Studies with innovative curriculum, revision and mentorship. Starting from 19th November at 1 p.m., the course offers coverage of UPSC GS Prelims subjects, dedicated mentorship support and guidance for performance maximization, access to PT 365 classes for current affairs preparation, sectional mini tests for regular assessment and performance, personalized student portal to access study material, access to live and online classes. Enroll today and make prelims your stepping stone to proceed to the UPSC mains.
Yeah, good evening all. I hope all you people might have got exhausted. It's been right from evening 5 o'clock. How comes the old students are here? Acha, just because you want to see me and you are here. Okay, very good. Nice meeting you again. See here, let us not kill much time because many people might have briefed about what do you mean by civils, what is the way, how you need to prepare and all these things. Let us come directly to the point. What is the point? Our subject is geography. How far geography is useful for the administrator? All you people wants to become a greater administrator, right? When you want to become the administrators, how geography is useful for? How it is useful? It helps the people, especially the leaders, to understand the resources that are present in that area. It helps to understand the geopolitical conditions of that area. It helps, geography is the one which helps the people to bring the economic muscle to its citizens. What is the main task of an administrator? Suppose once you are placed as a collector in one particular district, what is the prime activity of you? What is the prime responsibility of you? You need to bring the economic muscle to the people. You need to enhance the economic capacity of that area. You need to see the economic development of the region. In order to bring the economic development for that region, what is important? You need to assess the resources that are there. You need to understand what type of soils are there, because it depends. No, agriculture depends on the type of soil. Agriculture depends upon the type of climate in that area. In order to understand all these things, what is the basic information? It is the geo plus graphy. What is this geography? Geography is nothing but is a combination of these two terms. One geo, another is called as graphy. Nothing but geo means earth, graphy is the description. It is simply the description about the earth. Is it clear? What forms the basic responsibility for any administrator? Since you want to become that particular administrator, the basic need is you need to bring the economic capacity of the area. There are good number of examples. There are so many examples. Like the best example, recently, there are good number of collectors. They're been enlisted by the government of India as a successful administrators, because they are responsible for the economic development of the entire district. And some of the names are being taken by the Prime Minister himself in his radio talk, the so-called Man Ki Baat, right? And so, in order to become a greater civil servant, what is important? You need to prepare the geographical subjects, right? What are these things? Come on, let us how to scroll this one? Yeah, here it is. Okay, then see this one. What are the contents? Geography, classification of geography, then the importance of the subject, previous year questions, and the takeaways. What is the introduction? Geography is imperative, just whatever the explanation I have given, right? In fact, without the knowledge of geography, you are nowhere. You need to understand the geographical concepts. Then, geography is basically divided into two parts. One is called as the human part, and one is called as the physical part. What do you mean by the physical part? All the physical entities, like whatever the plains, plateaus, hills that are present there, the physical structures like the oceans that are present there, also in what type of atmospheric conditions you are living in, all it is about the physical geography. Then the next one is called as the human part. How far that physical features are affecting the life on the earth's surface. It is with respect to the human part and the physical part. Coming to our UPSC, there are two steps. One is called as the preliminary examination, and one is called as the mains examination. In the preliminary examination, what is the syllabus that is given by UPSC? A single line statement. What is a single line statement? Physical, social, economic geography of India and the world. Just one line syllabus. When the syllabus is short, the scope of asking the questions are wide, right? This is the single line syllabus, and if you are seeing the trend that is there in the geography from the past, for the past so many years, like maybe 7 years, see the trend. How many questions are there in the preliminary part? The trend is a increasing trend. Specifically in the last 2 years, they are about more than some 15 above 15 questions, minimum of 18 questions, 21 questions. See this one, 18 questions, 21 questions. When the questions are 20, meaning what? More than 20% of the, how many marks for how many, how many questions are there in the paper? 100. Out of these 100, 20 questions are basically from geography. We are not including this one, the environment in this part. Environment is a byproduct of geography. If you know the geographical entities, you can understand the environmental concepts. We are removing that one, we are segregating that one, we are talking only about the geographical aspects. 20% of the paper is having the geographical weightage. Very, very important. And so the subject is holding so great weightage. Let me show some of the important previous questions. What type of questions? Basically, the questions are completely the conceptual based. You need to understand the concepts. Once the concepts are clear, then you will be in a position to write the answers. The best example, the first one. What is the first one? See the statements. These are the statement based questions. Like they will be giving two statements. You need to identify whether the statements are correct or incorrect. What is the statement is given? It is with respect to the oceanography. With respect to the oceanography, where do you find the warm waters? Where do you find the cold waters? Both the statements are good, nothing but both they are correct. Whenever you know you can understand the concept, then only you will be in a position to write the answers. It's not like the question appears to be very conventional way, very easy way, but a lot of conceptual clarity should be there. And moreover, geography is not some other some other subjects where you can read once and you can forget. No. Once you are having a conceptual clarity, never you can forget. Just like I'll give you one best example. Suppose you might have seen some of the movies way back 10 years back, but once the music is played, you will be recollecting that particular movie. On the same lines, the subject is also. Once the concept is clear, how the mechanism of the monsoons happens. Once the concept is clear, no matter how many years the time passes, you will be in a position to recollect the concept. And so what makes the subject easy? Concept. You should be having the complete understanding of the concept. How the water in the ocean circulates, how the winds on the globe circulates, all they are the conceptual based questions. Also, some of the factual based questions will be there. Like there is a river called as Congo River in Africa. What are the countries through which the basin is located? Right? This is the conceptual based, factual based question. Also, you can find some of the other questions which are with respect to the same concept as well as the fact based questions with respect to India. That is with respect to earlier two questions, whatever I have shown you, they are with respect to the world part. This is with respect to India. Whenever you are drawing the perpendiculars, where they are called as the longitudes, which of the following longitude is very close to the longitude of Delhi? This is what the question. Meaning what? Map based questions. Concept based, factual based, and the map based. What is imperative is in each and every class you should be having at least you need to check the concepts, whatever the places the faculty will be discussing, you need to follow the places there. In one of the exam, the question was asked like, if a person is traveling from Thiruvananthapuram to Dibrugarh, through how many states he is passing? That was the question. This is a practical based question. Like whenever a person is traveling from Thiruvananthapuram, meaning what? What do you mean by Thiruvananthapuram? That is the capital city of Kerala. That basic knowledge is implied. See here, we might be learning all these capital cities way back in our childhood days, but UPSC is making you to refrain all those concepts. Whenever the person is traveling right from Kerala till Assam, how many states he is touching? That is what the question. Map based question. The command over the map should also be there. Then the developmental concepts means what? The developmental projects that are happening. What type of developmental projects are happening? Recently what happened? The government of India was tunneling the Himalayas. Why the tunneling of the Himalayas was happening? In order to reduce the distance between the places. Also in order to see the safe passage of the passengers. And so, as the land is rugged in nature, whenever more twists, more turns are there, the vehicles can get plunged into the gorges. Like just recently, what happened in the Uttarakhand region? What happened frequently in the Himachal Pradesh? Some of the buses will be plunging into the gorges, nothing but the valleys, killing good number of people. In order to avoid such type of conditions, the government is uptaking the developmental project. Because of the developmental projects, again, there are some other disasters. And the questions can be asked like this one. The hydroelectricity projects and the developmental concepts, right? This question basically is a factual base, like which river is passing through which lake, whether the river Krishna is passing through the important freshwater body of Andhra Pradesh called as Kulleru Lake. Whether it is passing through or not, that is what the one where you will be getting the concepts in the classroom. And so what is important is you need to focus more on the concepts and the factual point Whenever the faculty is explaining all these things in the classes, you should be having your own notes. The notes needs to be updated with the current affairs that are happening in the newspaper. You need to blend the question, the main notes along with the newspaper. If at all you are blending that one, your job is done. Coming to the mains part, whenever you are talking about the mains one, the mains part, what is the syllabus that is given? The syllabus, the first and foremost line is called as the salient features of the world physical geography. The next one, the distribution of natural resources. What do you mean by natural resources? Where do you find the natural resources and how they are distributed in the entire world? It's not just we're talking about India. They're talking about the distribution of natural resources across the globe, including India. Where is India located? South Asia. Therefore, you need to talk about the resources that are present in the South Asia. India means what? India, which is located in the South Asia, and then the entire world. Then the next one is called as the factors responsible for the location of industries. You cannot establish any industry wherever we want. An entrepreneur, whenever he wants to establish the industry, he will be following certain specific criteria. What are the criteria they are following? All they will be enlisted here. Then important geophysical phenomena like earthquakes. What is happening right now? The entire world is experiencing somewhere. Somewhere you can find tsunamis, somewhere you can find earthquakes, somewhere you can find the volcanoes, somewhere you can find the what is called as the cyclonic impact. At least one part of the other part of the world is experiencing one geophysical phenomena. We should be aware of what do you mean by cyclone, what do you mean by tornado, what do you mean by, last year the question was on tornadoes. What is a tornado? What type of events happens? Like the cyclone, what is tornado, what are the earthquakes, what are the volcanoes, where do you find? All these are the concepts that are enlisted in the syllabus. And finally, the current development. What is the current development? The environmental related concepts. What is that environmental related concept? They are called as critical changes. Critical geographical features means what? Changes in the critical geographical features. Like right now, because of the climate change, global warming, what is happening? Some of the water bodies, some of the ice caps are getting affected. Just like the best example, what happened in the case of Sikkim? There was a flow of ice debris, where it is called as avalanche. Sudden outburst of the lake happened, which is called as glacial outburst, glacial lake outburst flooding, GLOF. All they are the current events and the syllabus here. The syllabus is framed in such a beautiful fashion where it is always interconnected with the current events. The current event happened in the year 2023, but the syllabus was framed in the year 2012. The syllabus framed in the year 2012 is also is having even today the validation. See the point. If we can understand this point and you can connect to the current related part, then your job is done. You need to assess from where the questions can be asked. Whatever the phenomena that is happening right now, if that phenomena is having any connectivity with the syllabus, that can be definitely a question for you in the UPSC. This is what the syllabus. When you are talking about the syllabus, let me show based on the syllabus what is the weightage for geography in the mains part. On an average, you can get 100 marks. 20% of the paper in the preliminary part is the weightage of geography. Here, if at all you are seeing the trend, see the trend right from 2013, right from the changed syllabus. See the trend. On an average of, if at all you are averaging this one, almost all, you can get 100 marks. What do you mean by 100 marks? Out of 250 marks in the mains part, if at all you are getting more than 100, you are well within the service. Therefore, you should not neglect the subject called as geography. What type of questions? See the type of questions that are asked. Let me show the model questions. You can find both the static part, nothing but the core part related with the current. Then Basically, it is a static part of the current part or the dominant type of questions. It doesn't mean that static part cannot be asked. Yes, we can find the static parts alone. See the static part, more and more static part. What do you mean by static part? The core part of the subject. The general core subject that is there. Sometimes they will be asking in association with the current part. What type of questions are there? See the type of questions. The type of questions that are there, like, why is the world confronted with the crisis of availability and accessibility of the fresh water resources? What is happening in India? The fresh water resources, especially both the surface water and the groundwaters, are getting depleted. Nowhere in the world the water is consumed in such a drastic way except in India for just one event. 90% of the water that is available in India in the groundwaters are being utilized for agriculture. At least, is it agriculture is giving such a great economical value? Yes, of course it is contributing greatly to the GDP at the cost of what? The water scarcity. Nowhere else in the world you can find such type of utility of the water for one just event like in India. 90% of the groundwaters are being depleted just for the sake of agriculture. And so the people are feeling what is called as the scarcity of the water. And moreover, the water management options are not being properly managed in India. Because of not managing the water management options, what is happening? You can see the conditions like what happened in the case of Bangalore. 0 water day was there. What happened in the case of Chennai earlier? The water needs to be supplied through railways. Just imagine the tragic condition. We are not talking about the drinking water. The waters are for the grey purposes. What do you mean for the grey purposes? For the bathing, for the washing of the clothes. For those things, the water needs to be imported from some other area. This is what is happening. It's all because of mismanagement of the water bodies, water resources. That is what the point. Then the consequences of the climate change. Right now, what is happening? The climate change is happening. See Delhi, what is happening to the air condition? We are unable to breathe fresh air. Why? It is because more and more pollution. Why more and more pollution? Because of the man-made events. In the name of development, without understanding, without forecasting the futuristic things, then the developments happen. More use of the fossil fuels. Now we are unable to get rid of one important material developed by the human called as plastic. Plastic is the greatest discovery of the man. But at what cost? It is depleting the health of the life right now. Not just the animal life we are talking about. We are talking about the plant and animal life. Both lives are being degraded because of the plastic. Where not you find the plastic right now? You can find the plastic each and every nook and corner of the world. There is no exemption for the gases. There is no exemptions for the water. There is no exemption even for the lithosphere. Everywhere you can find the plastics in the form of microplastic. It is said that the World Health Organization has given a report saying that, especially in India, see the report given by the World Health Organization in India. It said that each and every person in India is having at least some few grams of plastic in their body. Forget about the plastic somewhere. The plastic is there in the form of microplastic in our body. Why? Because we are consuming. Have you ever seen this one? Whenever you are asking for tea, the people will be bringing tea in the polythene cover. Whenever that tea is being consumed, what is being entering? The microplastics are entering. The single-use plastic is banned in the name of bringing a policy. No use of single-use plastic in India. But wherever you see in the market, you can find the single-use plastic even today. Policies are there, but how far they are properly implemented? That is what the million-dollar question. If you are having such social responsibility, if at all you are thinking of such social developments, obviously you can give effective answers for all these questions. Civil services, it's not like understanding the syllabus alone, mastering the syllabus alone. Not everything is given in the form of syllabus or information in the textbooks. what you need to know is the general social conditions. Majority of the questions are applied oriented. And so you need to understand the society. Once you are understanding the society, you will be in a position to rule the society. Whoever is having the capacity to rule the society, they are invited by the UPSC. That is the crux of UPSC. Clear? Let me keep this one in the short manner like this one. Is it okay? What is the crux of UPSC? UPSC is waiting for the young minds who are having the ability to manage the state of affairs, who can manage the society, who can bring the betterments in the society. And if it is you, definitely you will be observed by UPSC. Not everything is given in the form of syllabus, not everything is given in the textbook, not everything is given in the material. You should understand the societal things. If at all you are having the greater command on the societal things, then you can write the answers effectively. The best example. What is the best example? Dowry taking in India is banned. Legally it is banned. But is it perfectly banned in the society? Who are taking more dowry for that matter? The so-called civil servants. The fellows who enter into the civil services, they will be demanding more. क्या सोच के रखा है मैं IAS ज़्यादा दे दो. If it is the case, whenever the protector of the rule is culprit, then who will be protecting the rule? Many such examples are there. Smoking in the public places is banned. Who brought this one? Judiciary. Who fought for this one? In the Supreme Court, the advocates fight literally with the judges and brought the rule. You should not smoke in the public places within the Supreme Court compound. Forget about somewhere. Within the compound of the Supreme Court, the advocates will be smoking. Have you ever seen this one? See, don't you think that whatever the rules that are framed are not implemented perfectly? According to the Indian law, everyone is equal. Are they really? It is what you need to understand. Whoever understands the crux, they are the people who can enter into the service. With this, I'll say thank you. Right? For that, for all these things, geography is going to help you a lot. The subject, the command over the subject is very, very important. All the concepts should be there at your fingertips. The moment once we say earthquake, yes, I know earthquake, it happens like this one. If you say tsunami, yes, it happens like this one. If you say cyclone, yes, I know the concept of cyclone. If at all you are having the conceptual clarity, no one can stop your success. Is it clear? This is about the small, very, very brief introduction with respect to the subject. All the best. Have a great time period. Be very serious with the exam, right? You need to enter the exam. It should be just like a do or die type of thing. If you take easy, UPSC also takes you easy. If you take it seriously, then you will be there in the service. Clear? All the best. Jai Hind.